Yeah, it may seem pretty dumb, but it's got to be done. All right, tools needed for this. We're gonna need the 500L FL 500S. You're gonna need 1/2-inch driver with a 15mm. Nice oil catch tray. I like using an old kitty litter. It's deep, but it's also tall enough that it comes real close to the oil pan, so on windy days, it catches it all. Good funnel. Some rags. And 6 quarts of your favorite oil. All right, to start, you're gonna pop open your hood. Not a requirement, but I like to at least crack it like that so it's vented. That way, when we drain the oil down below, it doesn't get vapor locked. Over to the passenger side, I've got my oil catch, and then I've also got a board that I'm gonna lay down on. Like I said, passenger side. All right, it's a little tight under here, but this is on the ground, no lift or anything, so there's plenty of room under here. You can see that. There's your bolt, there's your oil pan. You can clean up some dirt debris first. It is a 15mm. I do the oil myself, so I never get it that tight, but it will start to drip some early before you're ready to pull the plug. And you can do this at some point. You can feel for the threads coming loose. And almost at the end. Okay, there. So now I'm gonna get this pan further out and I'm gonna yank it away. And it's gonna come out pretty fast. Barely got my hand. No big deal. That's what a rag's for. Wipe it off, leave this here. Now we're gonna go to the front, get the oil filter. This is a bonus tip that I like to do. You don't have to do this. It just, to me, it helps keeping this clean, because if you don't catch the oil in this thing properly, the drain system that Ford put in it will leak backwards towards the front differential for the 4-wheel drive. And if you go to a parking lot or anything, you'll have oil dripping for probably 2 or 3 weeks after you get your oil changed. But this is what I like to do to capture all that and leave it completely bone dry. So I live on a farm. I got like cattle feed. You could use a McDonald's bag. I have done that before, but it helps. See, there's layers. Try to get at least 2 of them. Newspaper will work. Like I said, McDonald's bag, Burger King bag, Chick-fil-A bag, whatever you want. But this is what I like to do. And this may seem stupid, but it works. So wrapping around. Keep wrapping around. We've created a raft. And what it does is it captures all of it, doesn't allow it out, and it's super absorbent all the ways around. And I usually don't have any oil drops, so let's see how we get it in there. Okay, looking at it from my view, but aha! Your camera is a bit further. Okay, you can see this little drainage tray. There's your oil filter. This is driver side, passenger side to give you orientation. Makeshift boat. Try to make sure that it's behind the oil filter. This back far enough, and then you can just crank on it. It helps once you break your free like this to get it out pretty quick. So start spinning, lift up, there we go. There we go, oil tray. Now we gotta quickly get the next filter on. Alright. You don't have to do this, but call it a pro tip, or whatever. A lot of guys probably shaking their heads right now. Pour a little bit of oil in it, not too much, but it gives that motor a head start of it not being dry, sucking a ton of fluid into a dry. And also take a little bit of oil that's clean around the ring. A little bit of clean around the ring. Like I said, point in case, this vehicle has over 400,000 miles, so it works. Put your filter in here. I can feel the threads with my index finger. Put it on. Whatever you do, just don't ever crank it if it feels wrong. Keep trying, and eventually you'll find the threads. Remember, it's not a race. Oh, that's wrong. There we go. Found it. Start spinning it. Tight, 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 tight. Because my hand is oily, fight the paper. Get on there with the rag. Okay, there's tight. That's snug. Give it just a quarter turn past that. Wipe it up. All right, when you pull this raft down, it's gonna be holding a lot of oil, so get your legs out of the way. Pull it straight down. At least it didn't get on the vehicle, so that's what oil dry is for. Bob Ross once said, happy little accidents. But yeah, see, we kept all that from the vehicle, so that's the whole point. We'll get this cleaned up in a jiffy. All right, back underneath passenger side. We're gonna slide this almost out of the way. It's still in line, so it's catching those drips. Make sure your oil plug is wiped off and clean, especially if dirt and debris. There's a ton of it around here, so it sticks to it like cellophane. Same thing, your threads feel wrong, don't force it, back it out, try again. But this is easy peasy. In she goes. Wow, I hit my funny bone, it's not funny. Can wipe that. Number 15 millimeter, should have your socket still on. Okay, that's snug. Just a hair past snug because this bolt does nothing but hold fluid in, so it's under no stress. Wipe up your mess. Oil drops everywhere. Within a day or two of driving, all the dust will be stuck to this like glue. You won't see it. So there we go. Now we can go to the front and add oil. We're gonna get up here and add oil. The jugs sit perfectly across here. The cooler, just like that. Don't forget your funnel. I'm a little bit of a shorter person, but these tow hooks come in perfectly. Step there, touch foot there. We're up top. Okay, take off your cap. You can even wipe that down, make it look pretty. Put your funnel in. Open jug of 530. This is the one we already opened for the oil filter, so it is 5 quarts. I like Royal Purple. Shout out to them. And to Ford. I don't know who's responsible for making this over 400,000 miles, but somebody should be impressed. It's not the first Ford in my family to go over 400K, so I'm quite content with Royal Purple and Ford. Shout out to them, aka hashtag me. Super cool. Cap that bad boy off. Check your measurement system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brand new jug though, so we know it's at the top. 6 quarts. Oh, careful of that. Caught you. Hey, now it looks clean. We're about 5.5, 5 3/4 quarts. So we'll go ahead and start it. Wipe that up. Make sure that oil filter gets the rest of the oil it needs in it. It'll settle down for a minute and then we'll check it and top it off. Key in. Watch for oil pressure. Came up. While we're in here, we can reset. So go to system. Okay, go to settings, vehicle, oil life reset. Press and hold on 100. Oil life set to 100. And you can verify it by going to information, system check, oil life 100. Okay, pull our stick. As you can see, that crosshatch area and these 2 dots. Really, the crosshatch area is our best bet. We're looking for it to be there. We're low. Here, so add some more. You do like 1/4 of a quart and then check it. You can always add more. It's better than have to go back under there and drain good oil out. Halfway's on. Give it another rest. See if it comes up a little more. About 10 seconds or so. Still showing about halfway, so I'll add a little more. A 1/4 more of a quart. We're gonna be it for that. There we go, right on the money. Put the sun on there. That's all she wrote. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. You can also subscribe, follow for more content, 'cause there'll be a bunch more coming up on this very shortly. Appreciate you to hit that bell notification or leave a comment in the comment sections down below with a suggestion of something you want to see. Appreciate all the love and support. You guys stay tuned for the next one.